Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name is Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. This is the Loshak in the Bag show for Thursday, May 3rd, 2018, 12 o'clock edition of this show. We do this twice a day. We love the community. Thanks so much to all the great commenters that make this show what it is and give us great handicapping advice. Yesterday was an interesting day. Some positives, some negatives. Let's go over it just a little bit, Jimmy the Bag. Great commenters on this show. Make this show what it is. We were all on the Bruins yesterday. We might as well jump right in with the most painful result of yesterday. I had the Bruins. Jim had the Bruins. Mohamed Joma had the Bruins. Everyone had the Bruins except for Ulysses Hayes at the end of the 6 o'clock show yesterday. Yeah. When I mentioned that I didn't know anyone who was on Tampa Bay, a few trickles came in, people saying they like Tampa Bay, most notably Ulysses Hayes. Very impressive. But most people are on Bruins, and the Bruins lost. Now, I look at that and I say that's fine for me because it was just a one-unit loss for me, and I'm okay that I did it. Definitely weird that it was so wrong and that everyone was on it. Do you have anything to say about the game, Jim?
Just wrong.
Yeah?
We were all wrong. I'm going to take the Bruins again in Game 4 on the same bet. It was an impressive showing. And the Lightning just jumped all over them. And I thought the Bruins were going to jump all over them. And again, another situation where the whole chat was on a play, and if you just faded, it looks like, now I haven't gone over the numbers, but it feels like if you faded every time we were all on a play, you would be up.
Well, what did we miss? That's right. Shout out also to Mally Mal, who had Tampa Bay on the first period, which was a casher.
Mally Mal also had he had Tampa Bay on the first period, and all those guys with the Jazz. I mean, look at who is it here on the Jazz? Was a logical thought on the Jazz. I mean, God, I was so. It was really tough. Being so wrong in both the NHL game and the NBA game.
Well, I actually got a winner with the NBA game because I had the first half over.
Talking about me.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I was wrong. I said I was wrong. It was very upsetting, man. I was totally wrong about the pace. Just so wrong. I thought the Jazz were going to slow it down, and they did the exact opposite, and it worked.
But that's how the NBA goes. I mean, overall, because there's so much variance, there's going to be individual games that make it look like you're totally wrong, where it might not necessarily be the case that you were totally wrong based on that one game result. But look, the NBA is tough. So Sana says, NBA refs, God bless you. There you go. So Sana knows who controls shit and who knows who to thank. So Sana, once again, big shout out. So let's just shout out the guys who got it right yesterday on the Bruins game. Ulysses Hayes in the 6 o'clock show, and Mally Mal, although they only had the first period, but great call, Mally Mal and Ulysses Hayes. And there were a few other people who said that they were kind of on Tampa Bay as well. And then the NBA game, Utah, despite the injury to Rubio and everything, came back and got an outright win. And then in the MLB, but then also the San Jose did get the win, and I had San Jose's, and people are congratulating me for that. I was like I said, I think this series is going to be just a tough one, go down to the wire in terms of probably go 7 games. And
yeah, it looks like you're a plus 1.5. Will work in this. It looks like it. It was a rough day, and I was up, didn't sleep much. It was up very early. I've capped all these games. I have a ton of plays.
Really?
I have a ton of plays.
There's not even a ton of games though. So you must have a pick on every game.
I couldn't fill my plays on one tweet.
Wow. What an interesting show this will be then. What an interesting show. Let's just quickly look at what happened in MLB as well. Once again, I just tried to get too cute. I said I liked the Yankees against Houston. I was like, maybe I'll take a -1 first half team total over. And the pick I actually gave was the Yankees team total over, which pushed everything else cashed. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you did have them on -1.
I mean, I bet them. I bet the first half. I bet -1. I even bet the first half team total over. All those cashed, and all those are in my lean category, which is which is actually down in MLB this year, but creeping back up. But they pushed on the team total over. That's okay. And Atlanta, Kobe Valentine said he liked Atlanta as a dog. I said I liked them as a dog as well. Didn't have the balls to give him. And then the Oakland-Seattle game went exactly as I predicted. Did you see that, Jim?
I did.
People were saying, who was it? It was Kevy K, who said that Paxton is awesome. And I said he absolutely is awesome. He only goes 6 in. Yeah, yes. but I said he only goes 6 innings, and Oakland might have the edge late. I took Oakland on the second half, which cashed, and then instead of taking them on the money line, I took them on the -1 line. I tried to get greedy, so I got a push on that one, Jim. But they did cash. We also had Pittsburgh as a big underdog, which was a loser, and so overall it was definitely an interesting day yesterday, an interesting day. And I had Milwaukee on the second half, which also cashed. So it was a break-even day for me in MLB and in NHL and everything. And Jim apparently has a lot of plays today. I mean, this stuff is just interesting. And Arizona lost, but I'm not convinced it certainly wasn't a blowout. They had their chances to score, and considering that the line was just -108, I'm not sure that anyone who bet on Arizona was definitely on the wrong side of that one, although they did lose that game. And you saw what happened. Ryu, everyone was talking about how great Ryu was, but then he was pulled after an inning. You know what I mean?
He
had the injury.
Groin,
yeah, that's what I mean.
And so I'm all over the over 7. It's juiced to the under. I'm all over the over. The Dodgers bullpen is taxed. So if Alex Wood's going to have to go 7 or 8, and he has trouble doing that. So
yes,
I'm all over the over there. I got +100. You can get better than +100 over 7. I'm all over it.
Okay, so let's just get to some comments, some great comments. Kevy K says Paxton had you, Pete. I think he says you had it, Pete. Yes, Kevy K and I discussed that game in depth in yesterday's show, and turns out we were both right. Kevy K was right that Paxton was awesome. I was right that the fact that he only goes 6 innings would be a problem for a full game bet there. Let's see. Up King Rail. Shout out to King Rail. King Rail back. We missed you yesterday, pal. I love King Rail. Very impressed by what he's doing. Live betting NBA. Shout out to King Rail. And let's see. What else do we have here? Other comments here. Baseball Bob says Arizona was the right side, Pete. Okay. I hope you're right. Let's see. Whatever. Mally Mal says, yeah, I was on the Dodgers. Nice, Mally Mal. Tom Reno says Paxton got killed by the Seattle bullpen. What a brutal loss. Tom Reno, that's actually what I not predicted, but I predicted it would be a vulnerable spot. Let's see. What else do we... Nick Dial says, how does a Dodger starter get yanked early and the damn Diamondbacks can't score but 1 run against the bullpen? Shit. And the answer to that, very easy. The answer is, that's baseball for you.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, if you were live betting that game, you would have been in big trouble.
I mean, that's baseball for you all the time. A game with 2 elite starting pitchers and a low total goes soaring over. A game with 2 pig starting pitchers and a high total goes under all the time. A bullpen will come in that's normally shit and throw 8 shutout innings. I mean, like those kinds of things happen. That is the answer to that question. That's an easy one, Nick Dial. The answer is that's baseball for you, right, Jim?
That's right. And then my man Chris Medina says, "What's up, Bag? Nashville tonight." I wanted to make it. I wanted to make the play, and I couldn't pull the trigger. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, and I don't know if I will pull the trigger. I look forward to talking about that game, but that was one play I just couldn't pull the trigger so far. So
Roto Rooster says Pete's ponytail looks like a rabid sewer rat. Okay, well that's one style, statement that I'm okay with making. Yes, I'm comfortable with that. I'm very comfortable with that style statement. Let's see, what else do we have? Mally Mal says shout out to you, Kobe is killing MLB. Yes, in general, I expect Kobe to have a good read on MLB, and I remember yesterday he wanted Atlanta. I wanted him to, just didn't have the friggin' balls. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Let's see. MOOK25 says, seeing Pete's face gives me butterflies. Best duo out there. Yes. Thank you so much, MOOK. Well, I'm struggling through. We're struggling. We're chugging through this. And one thing I really want to say, thank you so much to all the supportive posters. You know who you are. I don't even have time to list them all because there's like 400 of you guys and the commenters. I love you for like about 8 different reasons now, right? For the support, for the humor, for the good character, and of course, last and not least, for the insightful handicapping comments. All right, let's see.
Oh, wow. Don Ricci heading over to the Mets game, and my man Josef Tucker saying, where are you sitting? I might go as well. I got to play on that.
Gate Pass Key says, Pete, great call on Sharks. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's see. Other comments that we are coming. We're getting a message from Yohan. What's up? You can just tell us. What's up? No? Okay. All right. Okay. A little bit distracting though. If you have something to tell, just shout it out. Just shout it out, Johan. All right. And then but we do want to get into MLB because we have day games. But once again, don't forget, if you are interested in signing up with BetMania, please use the description link. Oh yeah, no, that's okay. It's not a big deal. That's just an incidental thing. It's okay. It's all right. Thanks, Rain. Yes, if you want to sign up with BetMania, you can please use the description link in the bottom of this in the description. The link. I always get that one wrong. The link in the description box, just so that the marketing people know that you did it while watching this show. Once again, we are also going to be continuing our little tweet experiment, and what that is if you tweet at SBR Sports Picks and use the hashtag Get That Cash, right, Jim?
Yes.
We will address your tweet live on air. You can tweet anything. It doesn't have to be a question about sports betting, although it can. It can also just be a comment about how much you love the show. We did have a tweet from Al Mack about that, yes. So you can tweet anything you want, and the social media people may or may not choose it to be addressed live in the show. BetMania tweets, and I guess let's jump right in with MLB, right, Jim? We have some early games, 3 early games that I'm seeing. I'm having dry mouth. Jim says he's got a ton of picks on a card with not even a ton of games. Let's hear it. Let's see what Jim's got for us.
First off, I'm on the Braves. Dom's going to be at the game. Joseph Tucker may go to that game. There's talk about the Braves. I'm going to fade Vargas. Mm-hmm. The Braves are smashing lefties right now. Braves are hitting 292 with an 864 OPS through just 185 at-bats. But, man, Acuna and Albies are just monsters. Wind blowing out over right center, 15 miles per hour. 4th straight victory for the Braves, man. Feel good about themselves. First place in the NL East. Teheran, 4.50 ERA, 1.40 whip. Through 30 innings, 29 Ks, 16 walks, 6 homers. Too many walks. He didn't factor in the decision, but he looked okay. Allowed 3 runs against the Braves. But he left that game early after 3 innings because of tightness in his right upper trapezius. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what that is, but felt fine while throwing this week. He's always pitched well against the Mets. Vargas does not look good. Mets are hitting just 235 with a 699 OPS. And I'm going to take the Braves here.
Mm-hmm. Here you go. Kobe Valentine says, be careful with Atlanta. Mets want to come out strong today. When a top player goes down, they sometimes have an extra surge to win. Plus, line movement is favoring the Mets. 64% on Atlanta, but line is moving down. Kobe Valentine makes a lot of interesting comments like that are just from the other perspective often. Sometimes he agrees with them on a pick. Sometimes he just wants to put it out there. And you're going to take Atlanta here, right, Jim?
I am.
Now, I wanted to take this game overs one way or another, or maybe 4 or 5 different ways. First, let me give you the best line here for Atlanta will be plus at BetOnline plus 106. Plus 106. So Jim's going to take Atlanta money line plus 106. I got to figure out how I want to take this one because I wanted to take overs, and maybe I just shouldn't overthink it and take like the first half full game, both team totals, and just let the chips fall where they may, as they say. While I make my decisions, why don't you discuss another game that you're liking, Jim?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I'm on the Indians run line and the team total over.
Okay.
I'm going to fade Jaime Garcia, and I'm going to ride the Indians bats. I expect them to be hot. I'm going to take the team total over for the Indians in both Game 1 and Game 2. But let's just rock Game 1 right now. 75 Fahrenheit. It's warmed up in Cleveland. Wind blowing out at 17 miles an hour. Indians coming off, putting up 12 runs on Texas. Edwin Encarnacion hit 3 homers, 6 RBIs. Came into the game hitting 171. Now, we all know how he's a hot and cold dude, and he gets hot. Mm-hmm. And when he gets hot, the ball sails. I expect him to fire up right now. I do not trust Jaime Garcia, 5.40 ERA, 1.50 whip, 28 Ks in 26 2/3, 12 walks. 2 career starts against the Indians was both last year with the Yankees, got lit up, 0-2, 5.59 ERA. Carrasco is somebody I trust. I think the Jays bats at the 740 OPS are hitting better than they should be. I don't trust this offense, but they're hitting pretty well. And the Indians are still hitting lefties okay, 241, 716 OPS, but their offensive numbers are going up across the board. I'm on both the run line on the Indians and the team total over.
Okay, and I decided just to start with, I will just take the full game over in Atlanta and the Mets game, and that's going to be over 9 minus 119. And Jim, you're going to take for the Cleveland game, Game 1, you're going to take, hold on, let me just find it. You want Cleveland on the run line, right?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Okay, let me see. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Cleveland on the run line. Best line would be minus 102. Cleveland run line minus 102. And you want what? The Cleveland team total over?
Yes.
And the Cleveland team total over, let me find the best line here at Pinnacle. The Cleveland team total over will be 4.5 minus 126. Cleveland team total over 4.5 minus 126. I'll just do a quick search at check into a Heritage to see if we have there and a better line there. But if not, we'll give you a 4.5 minus 126. I can't say I disagree with that either, Jim. What else are you liking on today's card?
Well, why don't we just go to that second game right away? Okay. I'm on the team total over. Biagini, Encarnacion is going to explain to the clubhouse, to the Indians clubhouse, exactly how to attack Biagini. And I'm kind of interested to see what Plutko does. 11th round pick by the Indians, 2013. 5 starts, AA, look good, 3-2, 2.35 ERA, held opposing batters to a 165 average. Biagini made 1 start this year against a very light-hitting Royals squad and looked okay, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned runs. He's a better reliever than he is a starter. And I just think he's going to get touched. So I'm on the Indians. I don't know what Plutko's going to do, but I'm going to take the Indians team total over.
Okay, well, that's actually 5.5. Is that okay?
I was worried about that, but I'm going to take it.
All right, 5.5 plus 103 at Pinnacle, and Heritage does not beat either of those numbers. So Jim's going to take team total overs for Cleveland. First game, 4.5 minus 126. Second game, 5.5 plus 103. He's also on the first game run line minus 102. This is all very interesting, Jim. I might go on these both of these games with you. I might take Cleveland -1. I might take the Cleveland team total overs in the first game. Let's see what else do you have for us, Jim?
This one I quite like, and I know it's so juiced to the under, but I'm on the over 7. Dodgers Diamondbacks. Okay. Diamondbacks not lost 2 games in a row this season. If they win the final game of the series, they will have won their 10th consecutive series, 1 short of the Major League record. Wood 4.11 ERA, 0.89 WHIP. Through 35 innings, 30 Ks, 3 walks. Gave up 3 runs in 6 innings in his 1 start this season against Arizona and Chase Field, which is better than he usually pitches there. Dodgers bullpen is taxed. Taxed after Ryu left with that groin injury in the 2nd inning. Dodgers bullpen taxed. Was one of the main reasons I'm making this play. Wood 3-0 in 4 appearances against the Diamondbacks last season. 5-4 with a 3.02 ERA in 13 appearances against him in his career. But he has a 5.20 ERA in 7 appearances at Chase Field, giving up 16 earned runs, 4 home runs in 27 2/3. We know Corbin's been lights out this year. 0.75 WHIP is second in the National League to Johnny Cueto. 4-0 with a 1.29 ERA and 4 starts at Chase. Struck out a career-high 12 in a 3-0 victory over the Dodgers. He's just 4-9 with a 4.05 ERA in 17 career appearances against the Dodgers, but clearly he's pitching excellently right now. Dodgers are hitting just 236.63 OPS through 322 at-bats versus lefties, and we talked about the Diamondbacks hitting lefties better recently. 238, 755 OPS through 362 at-bats. I am on the over.
Okay, that's going to be 7 plus 102. 7 plus 102 at Pinnacle. There is one game that I think I am going to take, and I think I'm going to take. Tell me what you think about this one. Sure. A shot with the under in the Texas game. Now, David Price is pitching for Boston. He's had a couple of if he starts in a row, he's had that hand issue, and people are discussing how much that is affecting him or not. But his last 2 starts were against kind of tough offenses. Major League Baseball hitters are tough. I'm not ready to close the book on Price in the short term for now. Minor was a little bit better in some of his home starts this year, and I'm going to take the under on this one. It's a little bit of an under the radar simple play. I'm taking it under 9.5 minus 110.
What was the line you got?
Under 9.5 minus 110.
I like that play. I thought about it quite a bit, and I didn't pull the trigger, and now maybe I will. Maybe. We know the Red Sox are not hitting lefties, although it's improved a bit. 217, 619 OPS. We know the Rangers aren't hitting lefties. 241, 717 OPS. I mean, quite a bit better than the Red Sox, but I think that might be a nice play. Wind blowing in. I like it. I like what you're on there. I'm gonna run with you. I'm gonna tail you on that. I think that's really a nice play. Texas has won just 4 games at home. Now the worry is just about their bullpen being used heavily. Sure. The Rangers bullpen. Yeah. So I mean, they're praying that Minor can go deep. That's the only thing that concerns me. But he's got a 1.15 WHIP through 27 innings. He's looking good. I like it. Okay. Price is pitching well. Price did allow 5 earned runs and 5 2/3 in his most recent start against Tampa. He's gone 0-2 with a 3.63 ERA. I like it. Sorry, that was Minor. Going 0-2 with a 3.63 ERA against the Red Sox. So he's always pitched them well. I think that's a nice spot. But then Kevin Case says the Rangers bullpen will blow it. It's the bullpen I'm worried about. They're so taxed. What would we get first 5? Just
a 5. I was thinking about doubling up and taking the first 5 as well. I'm taking the full game, but I was thinking about taking the first 5 as well, which would just be just 5.
You know what? I'm not going to take the full game.
Okay.
I'm too concerned about this Rangers bullpen.
Okay.
And I'm also concerned that if Minor gets touched, they'll leave him on in because the bullpen's so taxed. So what I will do though is I will take the first 5.
Okay, that's going to be under 5, and you get a nice little line here: 5 plus 110 at UWager. First 5 under 5 at UWager, and you know what? I'll double up on that one too. First half under 5 plus 110 at UWager. I will double up on this one. First half under 5 plus 110, and at BetMania also has at BetMania and UWager both have the best line on the under 5 plus 110 on this one.
Yeah, I think this was again thanks to the chat. You're right. Kevin K saying Rangers bullpen one of the worst now. It's storming in Arlington right now. Should be clear later. It says BT. But I thank you. I thank the chat. I mean, man,
sure.
My life would be much worse without you guys. No doubt about it. But I think that's a sharper play just because of the fear of what's going on in that bullpen.
2-4 money though says Texas Boston over is the play, fellas, all in caps. That's interesting. Let's see. Kobe Valentine says looks like the weather in Texas is going to be very crappy, and Boston doesn't play that well in crappy weather this year. I was thinking that Texas as a home dog might be worth a shot as well. Let me see. Free agent Vinny says David Price is 0-9 last 9 in his first 5 inning lines. That's interesting. I wasn't aware of that.
Either.
Let me see. But 2-4 money likes Texas Boston over is the play, fellas. Vitalis says I don't care if Minor's a lefty. Boston wins. Okay. Dom Ricci says I think Sox and Price at minus 255 is too good to pass up. Wow, because I see that I'm like, wow, that's a pretty healthy road favorite line there.
Scares me.
Yeah, but Dom Ricci says he thinks it should be higher. Mr. Gokster 99 likes the first 5 under, and Elio Rodriguez likes the first 5 under. And okay.
And the Oracle is here. Native Queen has joined us.
Yes. And she didn't say anything. She just said, hey, what's up?
No, she said, here, we'll have a few plays in a few.
Oh, awesome, Native Queen. God, what a wonderful. Whenever Native Queen's name pops up on the comment box, I just get a small frizzen of hope and happiness. You know
yes,
what I'm saying?
I have a crush.
All right, let's see. DJ Big Boss, shout out to DJ Big Boss, says Texas hits best at home. And then Juicy Toast says Mookie Betts gets a home run today. And Richard West.
Yeah, and he has a great eye for dogs,
yes,
man.
Richard West says Texas will win. Trust me, I was thinking Texas was the line here. Justin Searcy says Texas hits well at home and they hit lefties at home. Richard West, Texas will win. Trust me. It's a trust me comment. All right, I might throw that one on there as well. Jimmy the Bag, what else are you liking?
Just quickly, it's not 250 minus 255. It's minus 155 for the Red Sox, right? I think we accidentally said 255.
Oh, did I? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I misstate.
This is another play where I'm going against the market, and I'm okay doing it. I'm taking the under in the Twins White Sox game. Odorizzi versus Lopez. Game time temp 57. Wind blowing in. Not that 8 miles an hour, but still blowing in. White Sox lost 4 games in a row. Each of their past 3 losses being by 1 run. Twins have lost 11 of 13. Somebody's got to win this game, but I'm not going to be on that. I trust Lopez. 1.7 ERA, 1.22 WHIP. He's pitching very good, saying all the right things. 0.75 ERA at home this season, allowing 1 run on 6 hits in 12 innings, and they love him in the clubhouse. Odorizzi, 3.94 ERA, 1.38 WHIP. I know that I kind of like him more than you guys seem to. 32 innings, 27 Ks, 16 walks, way too many. 3 career starts against Chicago. Odorizzi 1-1 with a 3.50 ERA. Both these teams are hitting pretty well and almost identical. Twins 240, 717 OPS. White Sox 242, 720 OPS. And Searcy with me says that game is going under. I agree. I'm on the under, and I got a nice line. Let's see what I get here.
9 plus 102 is what we can give you, and I wouldn't disagree with that at all. I was leaning under as well, just not terribly strongly, but that was the way I was leaning.
When I looked at, I capped the game. Before and then look at the market. I try to do my own capping and then see where the market takes me. And I was shocked. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what am I not seeing? And I had to go back and I was like, what am I not seeing? Maybe Cornelius Kidwell says it. Says Odorizzi throws meatballs. He get hit hard.
He does throw some. I mean, he's a fly ball pitcher.
Yes.
Let's put that in more intellectual terms. Yes, he is a fly ball pitcher. slash throws meatballs. And in general, Odorizzi going forward is a guy who I'm looking in spots to fade, but I don't know if this one is one of those spots.
Baseball Bob says former baseball player totally agrees with us.
Really? That on the under?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Look, I was leaning that way as well. Okay, I'll take it with you. I'll go with you. I mean, it was a lean for me. I wasn't going to give it as a play, but it's definitely a lean. And if you guys all agree like that, I'll take the White Sox game under 9 plus 102. I will take it as well.
Are they possibly hanging a 5 there for the first half?
In what? Minnesota White Sox? Yes.
Yes. 5 and what's
minus 115 would be the best line right now. Minus 115.
I'm going to double up on this.
Okay. You want that one? Jim's going to take White Sox first half, first 5 innings under 5 minus 115. Under 5 minus 115. I might even join you on that one. Let me just see. I mean, let me see. Where is it?
Rostradamus says thunderstorms in Chicago, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little concerning because we know that this Twins bullpen has been trash.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable doubling up here.
Okay, Jim's going to double up on that one. That's a night game, so I won't make a decision on that. What else are you liking? What about the 1 o'clock game, Pittsburgh against Washington? I jumped on the over as soon as that line opened. Now it's gone way up to a 9.5 or 10. I jumped on it at 9, and I missed the opener of 8.5, but I definitely jumped on it at 9.
Yeah, I'm off this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed and surprised that Hellickson is pitching better than we expected him. Obviously, he took the 5th spot in the rotation from A.J. Cole. Game time temp 87, wind blowing out over center field at 13 miles per hour. Trevor Williams both these pitchers have pitched better than I expected them to. Pittsburgh came into Washington riding a 5-game winning streak, lost the first 3 games of the series, lost the last 2, 21-7. And seriously saying White Sox bullpen trash as well. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Washington bats have come alive.
Yeah.
No question about it. Harper, 3 for 5 yesterday, 3 RBIs, the leadoff spot, second homer in 2 nights, first leadoff blast of his career. Williams looks great. Trevor looks great. 2.29 ERA, 1.13 whip through 35 1/3. Too many walks. So if 17 walks in 35 innings and he's got a 1.13 whip, that means nobody's hitting off him.
Mm-hmm.
Hellickson, 4.11 ERA, 1.24 whip. Hellickson 3-1 with a 2.86 ERA, and he's held in his 5 starts against Pittsburgh, held them to a 187 batting average. Both teams are hitting well, and now the Nationals are hitting well, and their numbers are moving up, 246, 740 OPS. JK says, I'm on Pitt. They'll avoid the sweep. Nick Liguri.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Liguri, new commenter, says, love you guys. Best show out there.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to get to that in a second. I was just checking Bet365 for a second.
Sure.
Where is that comment?
Nick
Liguri says, love you guys. Best show out there. Thank you so much, Nick Liguri. Really appreciate it.
Welcome, Nick.
Yes, welcome,
Thank
Nick.
you for joining us.
Welcome.
I'm off this game. I don't feel like I have the right edge. And Lloyd Xmas 10 says Hellickson is a disaster waiting to happen. You know what? And that can be a situation like we were with Giolito, even though I didn't move forward with it and make money off of it. But fading Hellickson could be being ahead of the market. That might be a great spot, Lloyd.
Fading Hellickson. I was thinking about overs here. I don't like that Mally Mal says that he likes I was leaning Pitt and overs. Mally Mal likes Pitt and unders.
Ace Farmer says, have you all seen the Pirates lineup today? Awful.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Ace Farmer, for that one. Tomar says, Nats have some momentum. Pittsburgh's young pitchers aren't the same on the road. I'd lean Washington. Hellickson knows he has to pitch well to stay in the rotation.
That's another point. To have a career in the Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is his career is on the line.
Yes. All right, well, I am going to take the second half over on this one. I'm going to take second half over, 3.5, minus 120. I'll just go with that one. Pittsburgh, Washington, second half over, 3.5, minus 120. I will take that one. What? Go ahead.
What wonderful stuff. Mr. Gokster says, Jim and Pete make my day each and every fucking day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gokster. Thank you so much, Mr. Gokster. Let's see. And then he says, call it what you want. Thank you. I'll just call that an honest, sincere, wonderful comment that fills my heart with joy. All right. Arthur Meade Jr. says the Mets will win. Let's see. What else do we have here going on here? Kobe Valentine. Hellickson has pitched well against Pitt's past for three years. I like Washington for the sweep. Pittsburgh hasn't been good after starting so strong. Tom Marino says, I'm hammering Washington to win the division. I think when Murphy and Rendon return, they will pull away.
I wonder what line you get on that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I made a futures bet this morning.
Yeah, okay.
And I'd like to start bringing the futures bets into my play. I put $300 on the Yankees to win the World Series.
Okay.
At plus 600, and I would like to make a unit bet
plus
here.
600, really? Wow,
And
that's
I would like
amazing.
to make a unit bet right now.
Okay.
On that.
Okay, we will give you that one right now. Let
Thank
me
you.
just flip the page here, Jim, and Jim's going to take. I'll throw that one down there. Yankees. What book was that?
Bet 365.
Okay, Yankees.
They have the Astros, Red Sox, and Yankees all at plus 600. And I think I have an edge.
Wow.
I think one team might be a little bit better than the other.
All right, Yanks to win the World Series at plus 600. Jim has thrown that one on there
And
officially.
I'm going to take a look right now and see what Kobe was getting on the Nationals to win the division because I think that's right.
On what? The Nationals to win the division? Yeah. Tom Reno, let us know. Let us know
I'm
what
doing it right
odds
now.
you're getting.
I'm checking out right now.
Sorry. Okay, I'm just scanning over some of the other cards. I really wanted to take overs in that Atlanta Mets game. I've taken the full game over.
Wow.
What?
Plus 130 on the Nationals to win the division.
Just to win the division.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, you might have. That might be a great call there. Tom Reno Tomor.
Wow.
Let's see. What else do we have going on here? Let me just think. We haven't even talked about the Yankees. Houston.
Was that Tomor or was that
I think it was Tomor.
Kobe?
Yes. No,
Was
Tomor.
Okay, Tomor.
Tomor.
Oh, yeah, Tomor right there. I'm hammering
Yeah.
Washington to win the division. I think when Murphy and Rendon, they will pull away.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Wolverine saying Kentucky Derby. Yes, I'm filming that today. Wow, I think that's a great play. I think, you know what? This will be the second time Tomor's put money in my pocket because he told me to take the Cubs at minus 125. That's already moved to minus 160 to win the division. I put $300 on that. I think Tomor's putting more money in my pocket right now. I'm taking the Nationals. I'd like a unit on that, and I'm going to make that bet after this show.
Okay, the Nats to win the division.
Nats to win the division at plus 130.
Okay, Nats to win the division at plus 130, and the Yankees to win the series at World Series at plus 600. All right, let's talk about the Yankees in Houston. Tanaka is an up and down pitcher, but looking pretty good right now. McCullers the same deal, looking kind of good. And once again, I don't know. I'm thinking Yankees second half here. I was thinking Yankees as an underdog. Why not? Well, this is a very interesting game. What do you think, Jim?
I don't know what Tanaka is going to give us. He looked so good against Houston in the playoffs. He looked so bad against Houston in the regular season. Over the last 12 games, Yankees are 11-1 and have outscored their opponents 73-20. God, this is a scary good baseball
They
team.
sure are.
This is the best Yankees team I've seen, since the early aughts. Tanaka has a 4.37, and it could be better than those teams. Tanaka has a 4.37 ERA, 1.03 WHIP through 35 innings, 37 Ks, 8 walks. He was 0-2 with a 10.38 ERA over 4 career starts against the Astros. 0-1, 9.00 ERA in 2 starts at Minute Maid Park. But that doesn't include how well he looked in the playoffs. McCullers 3.71 ERA, 1.21 WHIP. I'm uncomfortable with this spot. McCullers has logged at least 6 innings in each of his last 3 spots. The big question I have is, what is Tanaka going to give you? Joseph Tucker on Yankees team total over 3.5. Todd Raymond on Yankees Houston over 8. Not applicable on Houston. King Rail on over. Joseph Tucker full game over. And Arthur Mead says, did the Japanese baseball Dragons win over the Swallows? I looked it up before in the morning, and somebody said that the Dragons had made them money, but what I saw, and maybe I was looking at the wrong, what I saw was a 7-6 loss to the Swallows. The Dragons were up 6-3 going into the 7th, and their bullpen fell apart. So, Larry's working on, he's learning Japanese as we speak. So he's gonna step his game up.
All right, Jim, what do you think? I think I'm going to go once more back to this well. Yankees second half minus 125, and I'm thinking about taking a shot with the Yankees as an underdog. The alternative run line here for the Yankees in this game is plus 210. I mean, they could easily run away with this one at any point. And McCullers is great, but Tanaka's been good as well, right? I understand why people are liking Houston because they think that after a couple wins, the Yankees are, Mr. Gokster says I can't see Astros getting swept on Houston full game. They actually won the first game of the series, but still, they've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable with this spot. I get it. I get why you go back to the well. I get it, but I'm not making a play on it. Dylan Sema says Yankees all day.
Payless Way says Tanaka gets touched. All right, I'm just going to stick with the Yankees second half, minus 125. Kobe Valentine says, I like Houston. Tanaka has been torched by Houston. I'm just going to take the second half for the Yankees, minus 125.
And they're saying that Tomor is the only guy on the under. So when someone's the only guy on a play, we might need to keep to remember, see if he gets. DJ Big Boss says Tanaka gets touched often.
Yes.
And Carlos Luther says McCullers is not great, but then Kobe says McCullers is at home is like Maestrelli at home. Just don't fade him. They win at home. He's 13-4 at home in the last 3 years.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Yellow Jesus also on the under.
Yes.
Yellow
All right.
Yellow Jesus. Do you mind? I've had a real bad 8 days, 9 days. Could you please spread some good vibes for me, Yellow Jesus? I need a big winning day. It's cutting into my Derby cash roll. So please.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. You can request that, Jim, at any time from any of the people with psychic powers.
Bless my picks, Yellow Jesus, please. Bless my picks.
All right, I've taken the Yankees second half minus 125. That's at Bookmaker, and a hold off on the full game. People saying that Tanaka usually gets hit by Houston, and that this is a good spot for Houston. Although to my eye, it's just tempting to take the Yankees as a dog pretty much in any spot against any team right now. All right, what else are you liking, if anything?
I do believe I have. Yes, I'm on Minaya and the A's. I don't know how. I mean, is it a trap? I mean, I don't know how LeBlanc in his first start, in almost since August 19th, 2016. That was in his previous stint with the Mariners. He was traded 3 weeks later to Pittsburgh, made 50 relief appearances last year for Pittsburgh, went to spring training with the Yankees, was released, re-signed by Seattle, and it's almost a pick'em. I mean, am I falling into a trap? Minaya was just named American League's Pitcher of the Month on Tuesday. Lowest opponent's batting average against on-base percentage, OPS, in the major leagues. He's already dominated the Seattle Mariners team once, and it's almost a pick'em. I can't understand it. And so, yes, I'm on the A's full game.
All right. I also decided to throw in the Toronto-Cleveland game, the second half over 3.5 plus 100. And Jim's going to take Oakland. You want Oakland here on the money line, right, Jim?
I do.
Actually, there's been some line movement down. Wow, look at this. It opened at minus 135. The Greek is all the way down to Pinnacle's down to 108. The Greek's down to minus 107. Some strong line movement in favor of Seattle.
I guess the idea being like Treinen pitched 2 innings yesterday, so maybe he's not available. I don't understand it. Jose Ruiz says it's a trap game. He's on Seattle, and it does feel like it's a trap game. There's no doubt about it.
Well, the line is crashing. If you want Oakland, we can give you minus 107.
I mean, not applicable. Let's read what these guys have to say. Arthur Meade Jr. says Justify looks good for the Kenobi. He looks incredible. The question is, what is Mendelssohn going to give us? That's the big question. Kevin K says Athletics roll. Minaya comes back to earth, though. Not applicable says Oakland a good bet. Out hit and out pitch Seattle. And then Jose Ruiz said the trap. 2 for the money says Oakland to play. Joseph Tucker says I'm on the A's. Kevin K says A's, but don't expect a shutout from Minaya. I mean, this is like a fade. I'm fading LeBlanc more than anything else. Yeah, I mean, God, Jose Ruiz might be right. I might be just walking into a trap.
Yeah, Jose Ruiz, 6'4", 220 pounds from Bronx, New York, by the way. Just FYI. 6'4", 220 pounds from Bronx, New York. Shout out to Jose Ruiz.
Jose Ng saying stay off Jimmy Trap game. So both Jose Ruiz and Jose Ng telling me to stay off.
And Kobe Valentine says it's the weirdest line I've seen. Vegas begging for Oakland money is what it looks like, and I think Seattle is the spot play, but I'll be off that game. I'm off that game as well. Certainly interesting.
No. King Rails is at work with bubble guts, and there's no honey bucket around. I can't leave. I have to wait for the inspector. Pray for me. Okay, Yellow Jesus, in fact, you don't need to bless my picks first. Can you bless King Rail?
Yes.
Having a tough time there.
All right, Jim. We do want to get to all the other segments we got to get to today. We didn't talk about Detroit KC. That is an afternoon game. We talked about everything else though, and we have 4 night games which we can get to later on. Although we already talked about 3 of them. Any other picks you want to give, Jim?
Sorry, I just got to answer this quickly. I was writing it out. Who had just asked me, Mr. Stupid just asked, is Justify worth a bet for the Triple Crown at plus 650? He's not. Just too much can go wrong with injuries. I don't think, it's not that he will lose a race necessarily. It's just that he the race again in 2 weeks and at the Preakness and then 3 weeks at the Belmont is just too much to ask for these horses. So don't make that bet. So I have the A's. Yes, I have one more play. I'm on the over.
So do you want the A's though?
Yes, I'm going to take the A's.
We're going to give you minus 107. Oakland money line minus 107. Jim going against this strong, weird market movement that everyone is recognizing and wondering about right now. All right, what else, Jim?
Oh no, DJ Big Boss is at work with the bubblies too.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on the over in Orioles at Angels.
Okay.
I'm on the over. Game time temp 69, wind blowing out softly. Pujols homered and doubled for the Angels. They won 10-7 last night. 2,998 hits now in his 18-year career, 620 home runs. Only Ruth, Aaron, and A-Rod have reached a 3,000 hit, 600 home run plateaus. Tillman, 7.03 ERA, 1.81 whip. Yes. Now, Ziggy Balls sent me a message. Juicy Toast says Justified isn't even going to win the Derby. I'm going to take Justified to win the World the Derby. Okay, sorry, guys. I got to focus here. Tillman, so Ziggy Ball sent me a message saying he likes the Orioles today because Tillman was born in Anaheim. Went to Fountain Valley High School about 10 miles west of Angel Stadium, and he's coming off his first win since May 7th, but I'm not ready to trust him. And Barria is making his third major league start. He looked okay in that first start, and then he had that 21 pitch at bat in the second start and only lasted a couple of innings against Belt. You know what? Tillman had not pitched past the sixth inning since August 11, 2016. Yes, he's 3-0 in his career against the Angels, but hasn't pitched against them since 2014. I'm on the over here. Even though the Orioles aren't hitting, I'm on the over.
Okay, you're going to take the over. That's going to be 9 minus 120 is the best line that we can give right now there. 9 minus 120. I also made a decision. I'm going to take the second half over also in the Atlanta and the Mets game, and that's going to be 3.5 minus 120. 3.5 minus 120. So I'm on that one two ways. First, the full game over 9, and the second half over at 3.5 minus 120. All right, shall we move on? Anything else, Jim?
No, I believe that is everything. I believe, yes, I believe we've got everything. I've got no play on Tigers Royals, and that's everything.
All right, so just to review, anyone who's tracking or auditing, I'm on the Yankees second half, Cleveland second half over 3.5, Atlanta second half over 3.5, Washington second half over 3.5, Mets over 9, White Sox under 9, Texas under 9.5, and the Texas first half under 5. And Jim's on Arizona over 7, White Sox under 9, White Sox first half under 5, Atlanta money line plus 106, Cleveland game 1 team total over 4.5, game 2 team total over 5.5, Cleveland game 1 run line minus 102, Texas first half under 5 plus 110, Oakland money line minus 107, Angels over 9 minus 120, and he's also thrown on 2 futures bets for MLB, Nats to win the division plus 130 and Yankees to win the World Series at plus 600. Okay, we want to get to the playoff games, but first we're going to get to the Twitter segment. Do we have any tweets, Johan? Okay. Okay, he's going to load it up while let me open up my my other sheets here. Okay, a little bit confused here today. What would you like to cover first, NBA or NHL for the playoffs, Jim?
NBA.
NBA. Okay, we'll cover NBA first in the playoffs. Let me open up my bookmarks here to show the NBA lines. Is the tweet up there, Johan? Yep. Okay, how can we read it? Oh, there you go. Can you read that one, Jim?
No, but I'll wait till it pops up on this screen here.
Okay. Hit us with the tweet when you can read it, Jim. I'm opening up the lines for NBA.
Please do.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Donovan Mitchell or Ben Simmons?
Donovan Mitchell or Ben Simmons? I'll let you take that one.
Is it who would you rather?
Yes. I think it's like, yeah.
Well, obviously, Ben Simmons is possibly a once-in-a-generation type player, so there's no doubt about it to me. I would want Ben Simmons on my team without even a doubt, without even a second thought. There's not even a... Now, Donovan Mitchell had a spectacular year and would have won the Rookie of the Year had Embiid not had that injury at the end of the season. Mm-hmm. So it's just like the MVP race last year where... Westbrook just took over in the last 3 weeks, and Simmons did that as well, keeping that win streak alive. So Simmons will win Rookie of the Year, and I only have $100 on that plus 300, but it's a little bit of money. And there's just not even a question to me. Mm-hmm. Ben Simmons is just an incredibly special talent, and I love what Donovan Mitchell has done. I believe he was picked 12th overall. What a special talent! But there's not even a question. Simmons is a guy.
There's your answer. Thank you for your tweet. Hope we answered it satisfactorily to all involved. And let's move on. That's it, right, Johan? No, not a second one.
And why? I don't know. Bonzen is on the same thing. Everybody's saying Simmons ain't no rookie. Man, we do this in all sports. Mm-hmm. If you don't play a season, then you're a rookie in the second season, then you come in. If you're injured for a whole season, I don't know why. So you heard all the Boston was chanting, you aren't a rookie or whatever to Ben Simmons.
Sure.
Man, I don't agree with that shit at all, man. I mean, I come from a league in the NHL. We gave what's his Russian name? Krutov, what the hell? The KLM line. We gave. God, what the fuck's wrong with me? We gave Krutov, Larionov. Who's the eminent? Not Marco.
I don't know. We got to get to NBA.
Well, we gave him the Rookie of the Year when he was 27 years old. Now we fixed that, but whatever.
Okay, so NBA we've got coming up 2 games today. Cleveland, Toronto. Obviously, Cleveland shocked some people, not all, but shocked some people with an outright win in Game 1 against Toronto. Native Queen most notably called for a series win by Cleveland, not necessarily a Game 1 win. Now we have basically identical lines for Game 2. Toronto is a 6.5-point favorite. The total is about 212.5. What do we expect from this game?
Well, I tell you what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting it all on the line, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tripling up on this game.
Wow.
First quarter, first half, full game Raptors.
Okay.
So that's $600. I'm losing. I need this. I need this so I have a good enough roll at the fucking Derby. Cavs shot 41% from the field. LeBron went 12 from 30, and somehow they beat us. Love and James combined to go 2 for 12. Somehow we lost. Lowry and DeRozan let Corver and Smith combine for 39 points, 10 for 18. That's unacceptable.
First quarter is going to be -2.5, -115. That is at Pinnacle and Intertops.
Oh, sorry. Let me write this down. Sorry, I'll keep going. Sorry, I was reading some.
That's okay.
-2.5.
-115. That's currently at Pinnacle and Intertops. I'm waiting for my other pages to load.
The Raptors missed their final 11 field goal attempts. Tyronn Lue said, yes, we stole one. Are they going to put out all effort to win Game 2 of the Cavs? Are they? I don't know. Valanciunas went for 21 points, 20 boards. He can bully Love. Obviously, Thompson will play more. Raptors shot 32.1% from behind the arc, 42.9% from the field, 20.8% in the fourth quarter. Come on. Come on. Mm-hmm. We're going to take this game. We're going to dominate this fucking game.
All right, first half is going to be -4.5, -105. That's okay for you? 4.5, -105?
Yeah.
And the full game will be 6.5, I believe, -110. 6.5 -110. Let me just see what the sorry, 6.5 -104. 6.5 -104 at Pinnacle. So Jim's taking Toronto. First quarter -2.5. First half -4.5. Full game -6.5. I was thinking that Toronto early would probably be a good play as well, but as of right now, I'm just going to stay way off this game. But Jim has made a resoundingly confident decision here to triple up on Toronto. First quarter -2.5. First half -4.5, full game -6.5. And then let's talk about Philly Boston. Of course, Philly road favorite in Game 1, lost outright by double digits. Here we are back in Game 2 with a similar line. I think I'm going to look into this one a little bit more. No play on either of these games for me. Do you have a play on Philly Boston?
Yes, I'm on Philly.
Okay.
Celtics now beating the Sixers 4-5. Rozier, Tatum, and Horford were incredible. 83 points, 18 boards, 12 assists. I'm only taking the Sixers on the full game. Jaylen Brown still officially listed as doubtful. The Sixers went 5 for 26 from 3. Yeah. They have to win this game. This Syracuse Philadelphia franchise has never won a series when being down 0-2, 0-14. A ton of people are against me on that. A lot of people saying Cleveland covers game, Cleveland covers full game, Cleveland, fucking Cleveland. But I'm not doing that, man.
Okay, Philly, it's a split line, 4 or 4.5. The Greek has -4, -110. That's why I was leaning as well. I was thinking about taking Philly at the very least on team total overs, but this again is an 8:30 Eastern time start. We're going to do our second show of the day, as always, at 6 o'clock Eastern time tonight, and I'll make my final decision on that one then. As of right now, Jim has taken Philly -4, -110, and Toronto 3 ways: first quarter, first half, and full game. All right, we can come back to this a little bit if comments come in that are interesting, but let's move on to NHL. Let's move on to the NHL games here, Jim. Let me just find it. Sorry, 1 second. Let me just see the NHL games. Okay, obviously Washington, Pittsburgh. The story of game 3. Pittsburgh opened at about -130. The news was Malkin was going to play. The line exploded all the way up to where this line is at -170. Washington wound up getting the win. Jim had a winner on that one with the first period under, but then a loser with the full game under, and I had a loser with Pittsburgh, although I got a great line. I'm thinking that Pittsburgh might be a good play to roll here, but I'm not sure how I want to handle this. What are you going to do here?
I know exactly how I want to handle this.
All right.
Tom Wilson, the loss of Tom Wilson is enormous.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of toughness on this team. What do they have? They have Ovechkin for Tom Wilson is so important. He is the prototype for a playoff forward. He's incredible. He's fast. He's young. He's hungry. He hits. He's fucking awesome. And it is a huge loss. I want the Pens to win the series at +150. I made that bet this morning. I want the Pens on the puck line -1.5. The Pens have to keep the Caps off the power play. That's the only way they lose this. They're scoring at a rate of 31.4%. And Pittsburgh's #1 power play in the regular season has to wake up. They're just at 17.6%. Holtby is outplaying Murray. Murray knows this. I expect Murray to have a big game. He's only 2.48 goals against, 906 save percentage. Gate Pasky says Murray's glove sign is a concern against the Caps. A great cap shooting. Otherwise, I'd be all over the Pens. Listen, I'm all over the Pens. And I wouldn't be surprised if they win all 3 games without Wilson in the lineup. I'm on the Penguins puck line and the Pens to win the series at plus 150.
Okay, let's see. The puck line, best line, plus 170, minus 1.5 at a bunch of places. And you're also going to throw on the Pens series line, which is what?
Plus 150.
Plus 150. You're not concerned about Braden Holtby maybe standing on his head and saving the entire series for Washington?
How Holtby is playing right now is the best he can possibly play.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't do what Fleury's doing or what Fleury had been doing with a 967. He had 928 save percentage for Holtby. That's the best he can possibly play. Murray has got to step up. The Penguins have to step up. And now they don't need to be afraid of Wilson. Man, Wilson is scary.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep your head up at all times. He can hit, man. He's an awesome player. So valuable for that team. And losing him for 3 games is an enormous loss. I can't tell you how big of a loss it is because the Pens have to worry about him every time he steps on the ice. This guy flies, he hits hard, and he's hungry. And it's a huge loss.
All right, I'm thinking Pittsburgh takes this one way or another as well. I'm going to take them on the -1 line. Money line is all the way up at minus 170. The puck line, again, is plus 170, so that's exactly even money for me. Pittsburgh -1, and Jim's taking Pens on the puck line at plus 170 to win the series at plus 150. And I was also thinking maybe about a first period under here. Do you think this is going to be tighter scoring like the last game was?
You know, I think I might. I just need a little bit more time. But that was a play I was sort of leaning to, and I just thought maybe I should take the afternoon to think about it so that I'm not just making a play that I won with in Game 3.
Next game is Nashville-Winnipeg. Winnipeg, of course, up 2-1. Is Pekka Rinne off? Is there something fundamentally wrong with him right now?
Everybody is trashing Pekka Rinne, and everybody's trashing this Nashville defense, and I just don't agree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with it. Nashville's defense led the NHL in goals with 56, points with 206. Rinne's been nominated for 3 Vezinas. He's expected to win it this year. He's 2.31 goals against average, 921 save percentage, 8 shutouts. Yes, he's playing bad in the playoffs, but he's 35 and he can figure this shit out. Everybody's shitting all over their defense and goaltending. 3.07 goals against average, 901 save. He's got to be better. Bufflin alone is outplaying this Nashville defense, and I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. We know he's going to be physically dominant, but he's also making a huge impact on the score sheet. 10 points, leads all defensemen, and he has as many goals as the entire Predators defense this postseason. So that's a huge problem that is being brought up in the Nashville dressing room. The Jets are just 75% on the penalty kill. The Predators have to take advantage of that. They have to. Now, everything changed in Game 3 when Scheifele showed that hits to their captain's head were unacceptable. Scheifele is a leader and a hell of a hockey player. The Jets are very fortunate to have him. Wheeler said, I was mad at Scheifele at first because they lost the power play. He says, one of those things that you hate to see Scheifele go to the box with anyone. I'd rather have him on the ice. He says, I'm okay. I can take that hit. But, he says, I would do the same for him. That's what teammates do for each other. This is a scary fate. That goes the same with you, Loshak. Anyone who takes a shot at your head, man, shank. Shank.
Yes, thank you
Immediate
so much.
shank. This is a scary team to fade. Normel says Jets are going to win the cup. I want to take the Predators here, but I don't know if I have the balls.
Mm-hmm.
The
PRC publicist and co says, Jimmy, don't be stupid, bro. Winnipeg is way better than the rest. Vegas might challenge Winnipeg, but still the Jets win the West.
I think Nashville is going to give the Jets much. If the Jets beat Nashville, I think that Nashville will give them a much tougher series than Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I think this series is far from over.
Mohamed Joma says, I've said forever, Nashville is sloppy, turnover prone, and when Forsberg and Arvidsson aren't creating their own on their own, they don't have much at forward. Winnipeg is just better. They dominated Game 3. I was thinking maybe we go for overs again. I was thinking maybe taking a shot with Winnipeg once again here to pull away. What are you going to do?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I vehemently disagree with Mohamed Joma, but I don't know if I have the balls to make a move on the Predators.
And you don't like overs in this one again, as I doubled up on overs in Game 3, cashed both those easily. And what do you expect as far as the?
It might be low hanging. It might be low hanging. but I just feel like I need more time. I just don't want just a recency bias to handle all of my bets. With those hits, are you over 40 units now?
No. I'm like, no. I mean, I had San Jose last night, but I also had a loser with Boston, and I had the first period under, which was looking great until they scored 2 goals late, including the second goal with 6 seconds left. No. I'm like at 34 or 33 or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I am taking Pittsburgh here. I was thinking of throwing on Winnipeg -1 as well, but you think that Nashville is probably a bet to steal this game. Or to win it.
No, I mean, if I did think that, I would already have made the bet. I'm very concerned. This Jets team is excellent.
Yes.
And Scheifele stepping up the way he has is extremely impressive. And Bufflin is an absolute monster. I mean, 6'5", 265 pounds. He's 6'6", 6'7". I mean, 6'8" with skates on, 6'9" with skates. I mean, he's a fucking monster. And he's scoring. But I just everyone's shitting all over Rene, calling him a sieve. Everyone's shitting all over this Nashville defense that was awesome during the regular season.
All right, well, I am going to take Winnipeg -1. Bookmaker has -135 on the money line and +219 on the puck line. So I'm going to take both Pittsburgh and Winnipeg -1. Jim's just going to take the Penguins +170, and no play for the Nashville game as of right now, right?
No play as of right now.
Okay, that's about it. We've covered everything. Do you want to get to some comments here, Jim, and then we can wrap this up?
Yeah, underdog status on the Caps, Jets, 2-team parlay. I'm telling you, this loss of Wilson is enormous.
Whoa, Mally Mal, who had Tampa Bay on the first period yesterday, says, Pete, please take Nashville first period.
They looked great in the first period last game. This Nashville team is a veteran group. I mean, the big issue with the Jets is they just haven't done this, and the Predators have. Mohamed Joma says, "Why do you disagree about Nashville?" I said it already. So I mean, the Predators never had to come back in the series and weren't able to do it against the Penguins in the Stanley Cup Finals. So Brent Brooks says, "Don't be surprised when Nashville destroys these Jets." I have a lot of faith in this Predators team, but this Jets, what Scheifele did, Scheifele's just a hell of a hockey player. And so Sana says, Pete, take Nashville money line.
Wow. People really liking Nashville here. And then even Tom Marino says the Jets have been strong, but their goalie is still inconsistent, and Nashville had a 3-zip lead last game.
Yeah, I mean, this Winnipeg team's very good, and they're playing at home, and that city's all that city has is this fucking team.
Yeah. So and people also suggesting that the over might be worth a shot again. Tom Reno says Rene's just seems to respond when he gets called out. I think they step up here. Okay.
I think they step up here too. I just, and obviously I got hurt. With not taking the Sharks last night because of fear, and I've been losing in the NHL. And
look at those balls that I had yesterday. Look at those balls, Jim.
Yeah, absolutely. And fear might hold me back here. Kobe Valentine thinks it's going to be a low-scoring Winnipeg 3-1 game. And then Skooma Steve right underneath says over. And then King Rail says everyone likes Nashville. I'm on Tampa. I mean, I don't know. Those teams aren't playing each other. I think it means Winnipeg. Sears says Jets are just hard to bet against when you watch them. They're very hard. They're very, very hard. And I'm not pulling the trigger at this point. But I tell you what, I am going to pull the trigger when they're at home in Game 5. And Bill Butler calls you Big Balls Loshak.
Yes.
Kevin K has the Jets to win the series. No need to double down on tonight's game unless a live opportunity presents itself. I agree.
Kevin K also was an interesting comment here on the Celtics series. Despite the fact that home teams winning Game 1 in a best-of-7 series have gone on to advance 85% of the time in the NBA history, the Celtics are still plus 190 dogs, implied 34% odds to win the series. Interesting comment there. If Kevin K said, I have a great stat for you, and that was what it was. Eric Swiatek says, Jets home record is incredible. Okay, we can wrap this up. What do you think? Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
No, I got to do some more work on my Derby video, but that will be out. That will be out shortly. And Yellow Jesus says Nashville was never a good road something, and that is not right at all. They were an awesome road team. 25 wins, 9 losses, 25, 9, and 7. They were an incredible road team.
Justin Searcy says, but Nashville should win tonight. All right, we will review all this in the evening show at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Of course, Jim's Derby video, highly anticipated. When is that expected out, today or tomorrow?
Well, we're going to shoot it today. They're going to add graphics, so I hope it's out tonight, but it might be out early in the morning tomorrow. Logical Thought says, Jimmy, Pete, I will literally send you the script for tonight's game.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Please do.
I'm at jimmythebag@hotmail.com.
Okay, that's it, and we'll see you at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks so much, everyone.